Picture this. There are many people in this world that don't believe that God exists. But there is coming a time where everyone will have their encounter with Him. In this picture, my whole body was engulfed in flames, and I walked away with just a hand burn. I asked the Lord, how should I use this? And He told me to use it as a testimony to reach His people and those that are lost. Seek the Lord while He may be found. Call upon Him while He is near. As the Lord said, His Spirit will not always strive with man. So I hope you enjoy this series of Hello, my name is Anthony Body, the director and producer of Seeking God Film. Today, we have an interview and a testimony from a guy named John Middleton. He'll tell you about his life and about his testimony and what led him to Christ. Hope you enjoy.
At the beginning, me and Satan was hand in hand. Hand in hand. You talk to me about Jesus, I'm going to say who, and I'm going to keep walking. And like I said, we was hand in hand, walking, doing everything. I was living in a house with a married woman. And her and her husband were separated. And her husband used to come over to the house, and I would tell him, I'm tapping that. Now, I just disrespect, didn't care about nothing. And the brother would come over not doing nothing. This is my house. No, it ain't my house. But, it just, Satan was up in me like that. And, I'm doing everything. So, we playing cards, and I used to drink. I used to drink like a fish. Drunk. Sitting down. Going outside. The worst person is a drunk. He don't need no enemies. Because he going to scar himself up on the concrete and everything. And that was me. So, I got drunk playing cards. Her brother was over there. He didn't like it. Her husband was over to the house. He didn't like it. Her cousin was over to the house. He didn't like it. The woman downstairs, she was gay. And I used to always talk about her. She didn't like it. So I used to carry on my side, get it at the Chinese store, a little bitty thing like this, but you touch the button and it fling out. And it was a steel beater. And I used to carry it on my side. I got beat with my own beater. But I used to carry it on my side. And I'm sitting up. The girl was gone. The girl who I used to live with, his wife I used to live with, she was going out to have a good time. And in the process of her going out, all these people who didn't like me, I'm holding the house. It's my house. Y'all get out, or, drunk, acting a fool. So we playing cards, this, that, and the other. I don't know how it happened, but they chose to beat me. And they beat me in that house, second floor, drug me out the back door, drug me down the stairs, took me into the alley, moved the garbage can, put me in the back of the garbage can, then put the garbage cans right in front. It just so happened that God had an individual who lived over there to go through the alley and park his car. He said he never goes through the alley, but he went through the alley that time. He parked his car, and he seen two people standing up doing something by a garbage can. So he called the police. And when he called the police, he told the police of something suspicious happening. So the police came, and they seen this stream of blood, and guess who was behind the garbage can? Nobody was in front of the garbage can. But after they seen the stream of blood, they caught me in there behind the garbage cans. From what I know, they raised me up. They called the ambulance. The ambulance came and got me and took me. My life was spared by God at that point, because they got me when I was behind that garbage can, took me to the hospital. I was in a coma. I was in a coma for 8 days. My mother said on the 8th day, I opened my left eye, and a stream of blood came out of my left eye, just a whole stream of blood. And then she said I closed it. The next day I opened my eyes. She said I was able to see, but I was not able to talk. And they brought a camera in. You're never supposed to bring a video camera up into the hospital. But they brought a video camera in, and they showed me how I looked. I was messed up. I couldn't do nothing but moan. I couldn't even open my mouth. I was really messed up. My head was about this big from being beat with my own little thing. I beat with it, beat by all of them, and then drug out and left for dead. See, I tell people, I know it's a God. Regardless to if anybody say it's not a God, I know it's a God. You know, because there's no way from what I seen, there's no way that I was supposed to live. No way, period, whatsoever. And then, from what I've been through, with me and Satan holding hands, because I didn't sweat God. My grandfather prayed for me. That guy right there prayed for me. I know, like the Lord says in His Word, the prayers of the righteous availeth much. I know that it was because of those prayers, the people who prayed for me, He helped. Because if God looked at me and what I was doing, I would be out of it. But we have a gracious Father in the sky. We have a merciful Father. And He did something to me that you can't count. You can't count on your fingers. You can't, I mean, He showed me an abundance of grace, mercy, of everything. And I was out of there, and He brought me back around full swing. And I don't care. I'm going through stuff like we was talking about outside. You all wasn't out there. Personal stuff in my life that's trying to bring me down. And only God has brought me back. He's bringing me back full swing from all of my mistakes. And I can't do anything but give Him the praise. I died, like it was said, like it said in the Bible. No, I say I was blind, but now I see. I can say I was dead to this world once. Every now and then it creeps back up. But what God has for me, no one can ever give me what He has for me. And I'm going to stand fast to what God has.